I'm Nicole.
And I'm Emily.
And we're making the solar ovens that are in your box today. So the things that you'll need is probably what we should start with. So from your box, you're going to need your box itself. And then you need your piece of tinfoil, your piece of saran wrap that's in there, the graham crackers that came in the box, as well as the piece of chocolate. And then additionally, you will need a marshmallow from home and some tape. And that's actually all that we need to make the oven. And we made one a couple minutes ago and we have it going in the sun right now. So we'll show you kind of what happens after it's made and how it melts. So go ahead.
So you're going to take your box and open it right up. And I actually didn't read that we cut it. So I apologize. I think that it will work just great not having to cut your box, and that way you can reuse it for other things later on. The first thing that you're going to do is take your tin foil and kind of like make sure it's nice and flat. The more flat the better, because the more reflective it will be. And kind of fit it to just the top of the box like this. And then you're just going to tape it down with a couple pieces of tape. And we actually use the duct tape from the last box. If you have some of that, that will work. I wouldn't use masking tape because I don't think it'll hold up to the heat. But any other tape should be okay. And it doesn't have to be super tight, just enough to keep it on there in case there's some wind. And you want this top part here to fold back. You don't want it to fold forward because it will stop the reflection of the sun. So fold that back a little bit and then just tape the tin foil down. Let's do one on the bottom too. And I would do the bottom just in case it's windy. You don't want it to flap up because then it won't work. So that's what it's going to look like. Pretty simple.
Emily, I'm seeing that
Yes.
You are taping the tinfoil to the top part. Is it okay
Yes.
to just be on the top? It doesn't need to be kind of down below at all.
No, it doesn't need to be down below, just at the top. Your graham cracker and place it in the bottom. Our poor graham cracker is a little crumbled, but that's okay. So this, and you're going to put it right in the bottom of your box. Just lay it in there. And then take your marshmallow and put that right on top of the graham cracker. Plastic wrap, and Nicole, can you just tilt that up so I can see? And this is a little tricky because it's a little windy here. But you're going to tape it across right over your graham cracker and your marshmallow. And again, you don't need to tape it super tight. You want it to be tight, but you don't have to use a ton of tape. Just a little, I did half a strip just on the sides, just to make it nice and flat. Just like that. And then what you're gonna wanna do, which is really tricky right now because we have a lot of clouds, but is find the sun and place it in the sun and kind of move your top up or down to see where you want the sun to reflect into the tinfoil and down onto the plastic. You're kind of creating a greenhouse effect, and that's what creates the oven to melt the marshmallow.
And depending on where it is in the sun and how hot it is outside, it can take anywhere from like 10, 20 minutes to an hour for your marshmallow to melt nicely to the, good s'more side of peeling marshmallow. And then you can go ahead and add your chocolate and leave the chocolate in there for like probably 10 minutes, and then your top graham cracker, and then you'll have a perfect s'more. So we did start it. Should I bring it over and see? Yeah? All right.
We'll bring over the one we did a little earlier and see how that one's doing.
So this one has actually only been in the, again, not direct sun because the clouds are out a little bit, but it's been out for about 20 minutes. And you can, I think, sort of see here, I'll just pull it out, that the marshmallow has gone down quite a bit. I wouldn't say it's exactly s'more ready yet. It might take a little bit more time, but it is definitely getting there. So we'll put it back in with the wrap on top, and you can do that too. So if you want to check to see if your marshmallow is ready or when it might be ready, you can just untape it on one side And then if your tape doesn't get stuck, you can just stick it right back over and put it back in the sun. And you just want to make sure that it's propped up. These are great boxes because I think the instructions originally call for a stick, but because of the way that these boxes are built, you can really just rest the sides here, and then the sun hits down on the tin foil onto the plastic.
Step is to open the little, I think maybe they're all red. I'm not quite sure though. The little chocolate that came in the pack. Nope, they're not all red. Okay, there should be a piece of chocolate in each box. Yep. And you're just gonna put that right on top of your marshmallow, and you're actually gonna take your graham cracker and kind of smush it onto your marshmallow. Put the plastic back on your box, like back across it, and put it in the sun for a little bit longer, just so that your chocolate has a chance to melt. And then you should be ready to eat. Thing I would say, just as a counselor and a mom, is when you're waiting for your s'more, please stay in the shade or stay inside. Don't stand in the direct sun. And also maybe some eye protection, because sometimes you can reflect that sun right into your eyes, and it's not very fun.